welcome to today's episode of DownStream Outdoors. Today on DownStream Outdoors, we're doing a little bit of medicinal plants. It's early fall here in central Pennsylvania, and our plants are about done for the year, but we're lucky enough that there's still a couple plants out there that we can use. Today's particular plant we're going to talk about is a plant called Mullein. All my life I grew up calling this here Indian toilet paper. If you've ever experienced this stuff, this here's the plant right here. It feels a lot like velvet. It's got some real soft hairs on the leaf, okay, and it's going to have a nice broad leaf. This here is our first year plant, so it's really small. This plant will come back year after year, and every year it gets bigger, it gets broader, and then it'll have a flower that shoots up in the air with multiple flowers coming off that same stem. Now, what can we use it for? First thing, we can use it for toilet paper. This stuff's great for toilet paper. It's very soft, it cleans very well. Some people have expressed concerns that the hairs can irritate. I've never had this problem. Okay, I ain't saying that it's not possible, but I've never experienced this problem myself. Now, what else can we use it for? Well, it turns out Mullein's a great expectorant. Okay, which, for anybody who doesn't know, if you have phlegm or anything like that, it'll help you expel that phlegm and help you break up a cough that you would have. Now, how exactly does that do we make it do that? We got to make a tea. The flowers are actually preferred for the tea, but this late in the year, whenever people are starting to get that cough and cold, there's no flowers left to be found. You can still find some of the leaves on these first year plants. The second, third, fourth year plants, the older ones, they're pretty well done for the year. The leaves are pretty well gone, the flowers are completely gone. This first year plant didn't even flower this year. Now, if we want to plant ahead of time, we can gather some of them flowers in the late spring, early summer, whenever it's in blossom, dry them, and save them until the time whenever we need an expector. But since we can't do that, we're a little bit late to the game on this one. We can just gather some of these leaves and we'll accomplish the same thing. It's just not going to be as potent. Okay? It's actually approved in parts of Europe as a treatment for coughs and colds to help you break up that mucus and that phlegm. Now, once again, I got to cover this every now and then. I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is just me sharing the things that I have learned with you. And that's all I can really say about this. Maybe you ought to go out and try it for yourself sometime. And until then, keep your line wet and out of the trees.